we are Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
We are on the absolutely magnificent Majestic Princess, and we are on for a 3-day seacation. We're going to take you round all the ship, starting on deck 5 and working our way upwards. We are on deck 5 at the moment, and we are at the back of the ship in the Symphony Restaurant.
Now she is a big ship.
This is a big ship.
And it's beautifully designed so that some areas you can see from window to window right across, and then other areas there's sort of corridors and things to make it a little bit, little bars and little sneaky bits that you can find. Really beautiful. A lot of people on this ship, but it does not feel crowded at all.
There are 3 main dining rooms on the Majestic Princess. There is the Symphony, the Concerto and the Allegro.
Well done.
I think that's right anyway.
Yes, I think so.
We're in the Symphony at the moment. Let's have a quick look around and see what the Symphony Restaurant looks like.
This is a big restaurant. However, it is designed so that there are sort of frosted out glass areas and it's all done so that your seating is tucked away so that you don't feel like you are in one big school dining room or canteen. What I love about this restaurant is there is lots of soft furnishings. So it's carpeted, they still have the tablecloths, the chairs are all upholstered, they have the drapes on the curtains. Now, apart from this making it very luxurious and beautiful to look at, it absorbs the sound. And you will know from previous videos, I hate a dining room that all I can hear is lots of sound and all the dishes and things clanging around. This is a lot more conducive to that fine dining feel. This is a beautiful restaurant.
And right down at the back of this restaurant, we have a private dining area. I think this might be something like the chef's table type area. Looks like there are 8, 10 seating for about 12 with the wines all around. We'll have a look and see what this entails and how much this is.
The Symphony Restaurant at the back of the ship spans from one side to the other. So when you come out of those doors, it leads you then into a staircase with lifts, and then that takes us right through to the sort of the auditorium, the Piazza. The Piazza. So the sort of center of the ship where you normally have your 3 floors that you can see. We can hear line dancing going on, so we're going to walk through there and give you a quick flash of that, and Robert will do his magic and show you when it's not quite so full in there. Let's go through. Are you ready for Footloose? That's what they're about to do. So there's dancing and bands and beautiful kind of symphony music and activities always going on in the centre here. It's a beautiful area because you can sit on any of the 3 floors above us. There is seating on either side, window to window again. So although we're on the 5th deck, you don't feel like you are hemmed in.
We might just keep moving because it's noisy in here.
We also have on deck 5 future cruisers. And after only being on here for maybe an hour, you'll be persuaded to come on a future cruise. We also have the duty free. It is closed at the moment because we are not in international waters. Next to that, we have the Princess Shop. It's full of all things teddies. You know we love our teddies, and they have an array of them in there, as well as your usual kind of paraphernalia for the cruise ship. And then let's move down, and we've got the Vines Bar. We have just done a hop, skip and a jump round to the Vines Bar. As you can see here, we have a delicious array of wines on offer. Nice little bar, lots of bar stools, which is nice, and some lovely seating area. It looks rather like a very rustic sort of wine bar. Beautiful. Let's move around to the all-important International Cafe, open 24/7. This is the most amazing cafe, whether it's on a ship or whether it's on dry land. This is fabulous. It is all included in your package, and it has everything from the most wonderful pastries, desserts, savouries. What else has it got? I think it's, I think it's even got something like a fish chowder on today. You can also get your specialty coffees and teas. But
now, when you say package, that's not a package. That's included in your fare, not
in
a
your
package.
fare, I meant your
Package is a
fare.
different thing.
Yes, I did mean your fare. Sometimes, when I say actions speak louder than words, but sometimes, what is it? A picture speaks 1,000 words. So actually, let Robert show you.
We have got cakes. We got some yogurts there, some smoothies. We've got some more cakes over here. We've got some paninis, some fruit, some breads. We've got over here, we've got some rolls, we've got some pies, we've got some croissants. This is a great place to go if you've had a later night in the casino or one of the bars. They will do you sort of a toasted cheese and ham panini or a pie. Yeah, it's a really good place for a late night snack.
And here in the cabinet, we've got a display of cakes and gâteaux. These are the celebration cakes that you can order. Their specialty if you've got a special event. Let's go. We've now got, what is it? Footloose coming on. We'll have to go. We are still on deck 5 and we haven't even left the rotunda area.
Rotunda? The piazza.
The piazza. You know I make my own words up. So we're at the bar Piaza. This is a beautiful bar, nice long bar top, and I do like a bar with bar stools. I don't know, it's just nice to sometimes just have a perch and grab a nice cocktail or a quick beer, but they have got lovely seating areas here as well. I like that it's by the windows so that you don't feel you're sort of in a pub in the daytime. It still feels nice and light and airy, and you can see all the action going on in the back.
We're moving through from the piazza now into the guest services area. What have we got here?
So we've got here is the Harmony Restaurant. This is a specialty restaurant offering Chinese and Oriental foods. Looks absolutely spectacular. It's another restaurant that is against the windows. Again, I love the ones where they have the windows.
We will go in there, but we can't at the moment because there's something going on. So we will go in there and we'll put some footage in there as well. This is the Harmony Restaurant, the Chinese restaurant. This is a specialty restaurant, and you do pay extra for this.
This area here is your guest services and shore excursions. It is worthy of a sort of 6-star hotel. It has a beautiful feel to it. What is magnificent about this is the layout of it, because it's round, and because when you queue up, you always have to queue up, but I have to say the queues haven't been terribly long. It means that you sort of queue up into the middle. There is a separate section for suite and elite guests, which mean you don't have to join the longer queues. Just to the other side is the shore excursions. Now, we only have one short stop on here, but yeah, they'll deal with all your shore excursions there. And then we can slip through to the Lotus Spa area. As you would expect, there is a beautiful spa area and a salon for your hair, your nails, your makeup, all beautiful pampering things. This has a really nice feel to it. It's sectioned off around the sides. It's nice and peaceful. It's beautiful in here, so you can come and pamper yourself. That concludes deck 5. We're now at the back of the ship? Front of the ship. Oh my goodness, will I ever get it right? It doesn't matter. There are maps and things everywhere. They have interactive maps as well, which is fabulous. We've now walked up from deck 5 to deck 6. Did you hear that I slipped that in there? Walked. I actually walked, I didn't get the lift. We are right at the front of the ship. I get it wrong every time, but I've got it right this time. And this is where the theatre is. Let's go and have a look at the theatre. This theatre, like most of them, goes on 2 floors, but is a very shallow kind of incline-decline. So it's very easy to navigate on those 2 floors. It's a very modern looking theatre, and each of the seats has an excellent view of the stage. There's no pillars or anything in here, so there's no restricted views. And because of the shallowness, I don't know how to explain it, but everywhere has a really, really good view. A few things that they do have seats marked off for disabled and disabled access, and they have good seats. So quite often the seats are either right at the back.
Yeah, these are all those little blue things, if you can't make it out, those little blue caps on the top of the seats are the ones that are reserved for mobility impaired.
Mobility impaired. We have found that the seats, although it doesn't look cramped, they're actually nice big size seats, very comfortable. They're very narrow, so get here early and get your seat if you want to go in the middle, because it's a little bit of a struggle getting over people's legs. The other point is these do not have tables for when you're watching the theatre, so you have to just keep hold of your drink if you have it. The sound is excellent. It's actually, the sound is a problem for us because of the videos we take, but the sound is just perfect in here. And it's got a really light, fresh feel to it. This is fabulous theatre. All around the ship, especially by the lifts and the staircases, are these very smart interactive boards to tell you where you are and where you should be going. These are touch screens, so you'll see here, this is where on the Fiesta deck 5, but I can take any of these decks and it'll take me to them and it'll show me what's on. Look at this, absolutely amazing. It'll say find me, so it'll know where you are, and I think it'll let you know where the rest of your party is as well. It'll let you search and it'll tell you where the restrooms are, always important. And then obviously shows you to navigate your way. You can also, on your little app, it'll tell, if you want to go to somewhere, it'll show you the little route like you would get on your phone with Google Maps. Is there anything else to say? Oh yes, look. You can also tap this.
When it turns green, it tells you who you are.
What happens when it turns green? I'm waiting for something to happen.
That means it's registered it, and it's now showing your name at the top.
Oh, look!
So, and down the bottom. So, yeah. And if you press on, I think if you press on shipmates, it will tell you who and where.
Oh,
there's
me.
Me.
My little shipmate. Yes. And where are you? Does it tell me where you are as well?
I think if you tap on me, it will show you.
Oh, look at that! I didn't even notice that. Cool. I knew it could do things, but that's the first time we've actually tried it out. That is so cool. If you have a party of people, you can find them anywhere.
That's a terrible photograph.
The only downside is if you want to lose people, I think they'll be able to find you and hunt you down. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, let's move on. There is a small arcade, you know, with the kind of things like the little plush toy thing,
Grabbits,
and where the grabbits and where you drive the cars. You have to pay for everything in here.
It was an air hockey game. Some grabbits. Yeah. There we go. And that is about the size of it. It is quite small.
We are now gliding into the VIP area. This is the VIP casino. It looks very much just like a nice luxury bar. We can't actually see any casino tables here.
There's been a private function going on there.
Private function there. We can actually go through here, but let's have a little nosy. And there's a beautiful bar here as well. Well, apparently you have to be in Alaska for this to be a VIP casino. When we're in Australia, this is just a lounge bar, but a very nice lounge bar indeed. And they have big screens on here with all the sports action going on, if you like a little flutter that way. So it's a beautiful bar, nice and light and airy. Nice place to come for a much quieter drink with a nice bit of scenery than the Piaza, which was very, very, very loud and where all the action is, but this is nice.
Yeah, they hold some private functions. There was one just on before, behind those screens there, that we've just passed. So, yeah, so let's keep on moving.
We're in the casino proper now. This is a beautiful area. Again, I know I keep saying beautiful, fabulous. I don't know, I'm going to have to come up with some better adjectives, aren't I? This goes from one side to the other. This is really well designed in as much as all the gaming machines kind of split it off. So you can find yourself a nice little corner if you want to, with the windows by the side of you if that's what you like. Gaming tables, all the usual gaming tables. Blackjack, poker, craps, and roulette, which we like to have a game of roulette. I'm just looking at the roulette here. These are right down the middle. It's very, it's not busy, but it's certainly got a crowd here today, and this is only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're not confused enough by trying to find the right bars in the right decks, the Double Down Bar is actually the same thing as the VIP Casino. It has one tag going in one way and one name tag going in the other way.
If you go from the casino into that area, it's the Double Down Bar. Yeah. If you're going from the walkway into that area, it's the VIP Casino.
So it's not two separate areas. We still have a way to go, Robert.
We better keep going.
When you move out of the casino, we have now made it back to the sort of the Piaza area, the center of the ship that is round. I'm dying to call it rotunda again, but you get the gist. So on this side, this is your photo gallery area. It is now all electronic. I just don't feel it's as much fun as actually having those copies and flicking through them. But you use your medallion. You use medallion for everything. What I do like about this is that you do get your own little table and a stool and your own screen. So you can look at your photographs in a nice, calm, quiet atmosphere, whereas sometimes you're in a corridor and you can't look at them properly and you've got family looking, and they can be quite expensive to get an album together, or if you want that special photograph to hang on the wall. We have moved along to the art gallery. This is like a proper art gallery. It's all done so that you go around little corners and there's hidden gems around every corner.
It's like a little maze, isn't it? So.
Yes, it's like you find something when you go around the corner. No Princess Cruise would be complete without the sparkling champagne auction by, is it Park West?
Yes.
Park West. World famous auctioneers for their art. They are original pieces of art. So some of them are original where you literally want one of a kind, and then others are the lithographs and prints that are numbered and signed by the artist and quite often embellished.
So there's a big board over here that you can actually look at the art by just flipping, and there's I want to watch some James Coleman, have a look at some James Coleman. I think we've got a couple of James Colemans.
Framing options.
And you can see what it would look like in the different frames. This is a really nice interactive sort of little tool.
Oh, I do like it.
Well, I get dizzy watching all those going around.
The art auctioneers are very knowledgeable about the art that they sell. They will be able to tell you all about the artist, the value, whether the pieces are popular or not, and whether they have any one-of-a-kind pieces that you can take off the ship. So some of this is you order it, you pick your frame, and it gets delivered to your house. Others you can take off the ship, which we've done. Also on deck 6, we have another dining option. This is not included unless you have the upgrade. This is Alfredo's, which is
That's the plus package or the premier package.
That's so odd. So this is Alfredo's, this is Italian. They do the specialty pizzas, and you can see the guys making them at the bar over here. They also have some pastas and antipastas. Are you in good spirits? I certainly am, because I've arrived on deck 6 to the Good Spirits Bar. So this is on deck 6, overlooking the Piazza area. You can hear somebody now making an announcement.
Yeah, I think they're just starting something down there. So
they have the games and they have activities and they'll have music there. This is a beautiful little bar, lots of bar stools that we like here. Get yourself a drink. Hello. Tables here, and because it's all glass, round the bar, you can sit down and you can see through the glass, what do you call it? Kind of just the glass sort of partition that looks over. And you can see everything that's going on down below. And yeah, you have a good nosy view from up here.
There's some good cocktails here.
There's good cocktails everywhere.
That's
I
true.
don't think you'll go short of a cocktail anywhere. Good little bar. This is open all day and all evening. Good spot to drop into. Past the art gallery on deck 6, we come to the other main restaurant area. This one was the Coneto. So this is the Coneto, another beautiful restaurant from window to window. It actually has exactly the same decor as the Symphony. Very nice. This actually has large tables on here. This looks as though it caters more for parties of people, but it is exactly the same layout. If you're small like me, or if you have difficulty, I guess, mobility problems, stay away from the sofas at the back and stick to the chairs. I sat in one last night and I disappeared because I'm just not tall enough for it. So that's just a little point for you. This is lunchtime and it's empty, most of it. There's people eating on this side over here. So you can definitely get a spot in lunchtime.
Yeah, and it looks like there's another chef's table type area at the back.
Still on deck 6.
Although you can't actually get to it from deck 6, can you?
No, this is one of those funny spaces that you will either end up down here by mistake and be trapped, or you just can't get to it. You can't figure out how to get to it. So it's one of those where you have to go up a floor and then come down a floor to get to it. There's no direct route to this. It's completely boxed off.
Right at the back of the ship.
Right at the back of the ship. This is the 3rd included dining room. So the main dining room. Got that right. And
yes.
It's called Allegro. And this is wow.
This is actually a little bit different than the others, the Symphony and the Concerto, isn't it? So
this is
have a quick
wow.
Spin around.
Yes, it's very dark wood. Very sophisticated looking.
And include right in the middle here, look at this. What do you reckon this is on?
I think that's sort of like the captain's table.
Table.
Chef's table. This has, I don't know what you'd call it. It has almost an Art Deco feel to it. So it's got dark wood, but it's accentuated by lots of creams and lights and beautiful, the beautiful lights there. I love it. I just think it's got a beautiful feel to it. Lots and lots of different tables and setups and little alcoves. Again, what we like, so that it gives you the feeling of a sort of a cozier restaurant rather than a great big canteen space. Beautiful. Yeah, looking forward to coming in here and dining. Again, this has the same menu as the other 2 options, but plenty to choose from. Nice soft music. I like it in here. This has got a lovely feel to it.
I think that's it for deck 6 now, isn't it?
That's it. We are done.
Deck 6 complete. We're on to deck 7 next.
Oh, we're starting our tour of deck 7 at the back of the ship, and this is the Vista Lounge. This is probably one of my favourite looking lounges on the ship. It's beautifully laid out. It has a stage, it has a small dance floor, and then it has sort of little compartment areas, if you like, and the sort of swivel chairs, little tables. So each section, it's sort of sectioned off, each little bit, so it's not quite that theatre look, but everybody has a good view. We're going to watch Jeff Green tonight in here, who is the comedian. So this will be really nice. You can have your drinks here. The bar is outside, so you can get your drinks and bring them in, or you can then get waiter service. Moving forward on deck 7 from the Vista Lounge, so we're moving forward today. The next area that we've come across is the library. This library is very much a place where you will pick up your books, surprise, surprise, and there is a ton of games here as well that you can get out. It looks like they've got a little book here to check the items out, but I think it's all done on trust. And there's a good selection here, and I say a good selection of board games. There's not a lot of room here. Actually, there's no room here to sit at all. There's one table with 2 chairs. So it really is just the place to come. Maybe do a book swap if you've got books that you want to drop off here that you've finished reading, and yeah, enjoy a little board game or something. Let's carry on moving on. Just a hop across from the library, across the corridor here, is the Crown Grill Bar. It's the Crown Grill Bar. I'm sorry, there's so many. There's about 17 bars on here to remember. This very much has that style of an old gentleman's club without feeling like it's old and smoky. It's beautiful. It's dark wood, beautiful, elegant lighting. This is a really lovely area, especially of an evening, although there are quite a lot of people here and it's the middle of the day. They have a piano here.
You could probably call this like basically the piano bar, couldn't you?
It is a piano bar. Yeah. However, there was a little area here, and we had a jazz band on here the other night.
Oh, that's true. The jazz band was here, yeah.
It's beautiful. Waiter service, as well as you can sit up at the bar. There's bar stools, and go get yourself a drink and sit up there and listen to the tap your toes to the music. And we can either go to the left, which is the restaurant, or we can keep going.
We'll have a look at the restaurant while we're here.
Let's hop over to the restaurant. Next door to the Crown Grill Bar area is the Crown Grill Restaurant itself. This is a specialty restaurant. This is not part of your inclusive dining, so you pay an extra supplement for this. This is a sort of intimate restaurant experience. Again, the decor this is almost Art Deco, I would say. Sort of the darker woods, you can see the glass panelled partitions, very comfortable seating here, and all traditionally done with your tablecloths. It looks a little bare at the moment because they're still setting up and putting out the cutlery and the glassware, but this looks very elegant in the evening. And when you're dining, you can normally hear the sounds of the piano or whatever's playing over there. Beautiful. Moving forward from the Crown Grill Bar and Restaurant, we move into this beautiful, cool area. This is cool, modern blues. Beautiful seating right along the window area here. A nice big bar. Now, there's no seating by that bar, but it is a nice big bar for you to stand and get your drinks from. And this is the all-important area to listen to the karaoke. So this is the Princess Live. It's a sort of theatre style, like an amphitheatre style affair. And this is where the karaoke acts come on. It's pretty much a dedicated spot for karaoke. And as you can see, there are no tables here. The chairs just all face the karaoke singer. And there are the big screens either side of the stage and TVs hanging from the circle, and you can see a couple of people just practicing their dancing there, but there is a nice little dancing area if you want to support your karaoke act. But a lot of people sit outside in this area, and as I say, there's no bar inside the karaoke area, but there's this nice bar here that you can order your drinks from. Just opposite the Princess Live, the karaoke theatre and the bar here, is this area where you can get all your Medallion accessories, like this beautiful affair. So this is where the medallion goes into sort of a watch style. I don't like all that around my neck. It drives me insane, so this was perfect for me. And I think they have sort of those ones that you can clip onto your belts. They've got necklaces and things. In fact, they've got sort of everything. They've really they've moved on since the last time we came on board to Princess and had the medallion. Moving forward, we're still on deck 7, and this is where all your exclusive shops are. These are the very fancy shops, excuse me, such as Cartier, Bulgari, and the like. I work in the city in Brisbane, and all these sort of shops in Cartier, these are the ones where you normally have to have an appointment to go in them. The beauty on this ship is they do have events going on all the way through in the day and in the evening, where they will do sort of talks for you and let you go in and have a look at all the items and walk through the different exclusive items that they've got and tell you a bit about them. And they'll also have sort of free gifts to give out and draw tickets and things like that that go on in the day. We've now reached the central Piazza area. I am having to shout because there is always music on here. This is the top level of the 3 stories of the Piazza area. This is the heart of the ship, quite literally in the center. This is where I guess most of the action takes place through the day and the evening. So you've got dancing at the bottom, you'll have different styles of music going on throughout the day and into the evening. Everything from sort of this piped music to violins, pianists, the bands come on, all kinds of different lively bands, and dancing in the center down here. There is seating on each of these levels, and you can sort of hang over the balcony and see what's going on. There's always something to look at and lots of people watching going up here. The bar up here is called I cannot see what that says. That's the Ocean Terrace. That's a small bar with bar stools around that one. We found that was really difficult to get a drink from. That tends to be where the waiters go and collect the drinks to give, you know, if you've ordered them on your medallion. So that was not particularly good bar for us. Last night we tried it. This is the restaurant called The Catch. And as we said before, as you can imagine, this is where you get your seafood specialty dining experience. There we go. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? I've had a look at the menu on this and it is quite spectacular. All things seafood. Looks absolutely amazing. We've booked in for this one. This is a beautiful area. It's just off the Piazza on level 7. The only thing I can see as a problem, and we'll let you know when we do a roundup, is the noise. You can actually hear that echoing off the Piazza. As you know, I don't like a lot of clanging and noise when I'm eating, but so we'll see how that goes tonight when we're eating.
I think these tables here by the window, though, are probably a little bit quieter. We found that just now, yeah.
It does have, so it's sort of part of a thoroughfare that goes round the Piazza on level 7, so people can come through, but it's sort of sectioned off, so it's not like you're walking through the main entrance all day. All the seating's set aside. This is a beautiful, cool area that if you fancy somewhere to come in the day with air conditioning and a little bit quieter, this is a nice area to sit just here, a little bit overlooking the view.
Watch the tender boats coming back.
It's probably a little spot that people don't realise is here, and there's a bar just here you can get your drinks from. A little secret area, I would say. The Catch restaurant continues on along here, as you can see, and this will cater for larger parties, probably up to about 8 people over there. And that's a little bit more out the way if you wanted somewhere a little bit more secluded for your dining. Moving forward now, we're going to the shops of Princess. This is like a very elegant walkway with the beautiful shops either side and some seating areas here. I think this is where you, isn't this known as the grown-up creche? This is for all the men to be deposited outside while us girlies go in and spend all the money on handbags, jewellery and perfumes.
So we've got, what have we got? We've got Coach, we've got Effie, I can see Dior over there, there's a Pandora shop, and Tag Heuer on the watches.
There's expensive makeups, the Lancôme, Chanel, and...
But they've got a clearance sale on at Effie up to 60% off. So, yeah.
Now, They do have a lot of events on these shops where they will talk you through. I mean, they had something like a pre-loved Rolex event where they would go through all the pre-loved Rolex
I couldn't work
watches.
out that. I can't imagine they've got too many second-hand Rolexes on them.
I don't know. Yeah, but that was kind of a whole. And then they had another one where they actually told you about the movements on watches and what makes a watch expensive versus a less expensive one. So those kind of things. If you just have, I guess, half an hour to kill, it's quite nice to come and find out those sort of things in these shops that you probably wouldn't normally go in and while away your time. But it's quite nice on a ship like this when it's all laid out so beautifully and everybody's so inviting. After meandering through the shops, we've now arrived at the front of the ship. This is the end of deck 7, and this is the theatre that we've arrived at. This is the upper level of the theatre, and of course the lower level can be accessed from deck 6.
Okay, that's the end of our tour of the inside decks. That's decks 5, 6 and 7 of the Majestic Princess. We'll do a separate video for the upper decks. If you've liked this video though, please hit like, please hit subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos, which will include the upper decks. So thanks for watching and bye for now.
Bye.